Now, the guide on this is pretty much the standard Gundam colors. We all know this. Red, white, blue, yellow, gray, dark gray, metallic, whatever. Yet, this one, the sheet here, tells you what to use. And fortunately, the color chart doesn't give you an example an example here, the color there. We can look at what's on the screen, on the box art, and use that as a comparison. So the color chart, luckily, is here, but it's, you're gonna have to read it out. So body is white. We already know that, or certain parts of the body is white. 100% white with a dot of gray. Light gray parts, white 85%, RML 75, gray 15%. The other part of the body is gray, is another gray, which is 85 gray, 15 black. So we're talking about 3 grays here. Body dark gray part, which is mahogany, white, black, and khaki. Then we have light blue parts, which is violet 95. That's the one on the vent and on the skirt armor, and 5% blue. Then you have dark blue parts. Blue 45%, navy blue 40, white 15, yellow 1 drop. I have yet to see somebody online, and I watch a lot of videos, I may have missed 1 or 2. I have not seen somebody actually take the paint percentage and pour it into a jar to see if it could simulate that. Do their own version, do their own color matching version, you could say. But we're going to figure this out as best as we possibly can. I'm going to have to use the box here as an example so we could see. Now clearly there are 3 whites in this, and we have the most basic of whites right here, number 1. The next tone, which is the next shade over, we have this one, which is the HUG-01 Gundam color white, which is kind of like almost an off-white. So you have a brilliant white, and then you have an off-white. I actually have 2 of these, so let's keep that there for now. Then the next color is like a whitish gray tone, and I have a couple of choices here. We could use deactivated white, which is another shade that you see there. I don't know if that could be seen on camera. Or this one, which is light gold gray. This is gray, but it has like a cream look to it. I do like this color though. Yeah, I do like it. I've used this many times. The only difference is that it kind of like tends to fall under another shade, not gray, but more like cream, like a little bit of green there. So as much as I'd like to use it, we're gonna pass on that. I do have white enemy colors, which is basically the next line here. It's almost creamier than this, but no. I have the regular white semi-gloss, which is almost like that. But I know that the next gray has to be slightly darker. So I think we go with either one of these 2. We have, well, actually this is light blue from whatever reason, looks gray from a distance. But then we have this one, which is gray 306. This is more used for like aircraft. I think we take these 2 out of the equation. Actually no, we take this one out because we don't want it completely brilliant. We do want like a nice interesting tone here. So we have this off-white, this heavy off-white, and this gray color. we'll have to separate the parts and find out which one is which to begin with. So we have these. Fine. The next one is the middle part, or the internal, like the frame, which I didn't pull it out here, but I do have gunmetal from Gaia, which I should have brought here. The blue. This is where things kick in here with the blue. And I think I'm gonna pop open this box because I want to see this blue again. We're not talking about the light blue. We'll talk about it in a second. We're talking about the dark blue right here. So we can go with this, but I think this is a little bit too brighter in blue tone. That's not a good idea. We could either use that, or I can use the royal blue from Moto, or I can use ultra blue by Gaia. They're all nice and bright, and I don't want it nice and bright. I like this navy tone. And I completely and utterly forgot that I got this kit. I got this, paint when I was building the new PG new Gundam. Dark blue or navy blue. This is the one that I used on the PG new, and I got a lot of it. So I think this would be an appropriate choice for this. Which now brings me to this. And I completely forgot that I had a paint here somewhere. Give me a second, I'm gonna go find it. Okay, so as I was pulling one of the colors that I thought I would think would work, I found this one, which at first, when I was looking at it from a distance, I go, I could use this. Then I realized, no, I cannot. So this is actually purple, which maybe not a good choice for this. But I have this. Sword Strike Blue. That's actually very close to this. I do have other colors here. I have Freedom Blue, but it doesn't have that purple violish look to it, and this one is the intermediate blue, which I just recently used. So Sword Strike Blue, which in reality I did not use when I made my my entry grade Perfect Strike Gundam. I didn't use this, which could have worked, and I didn't realize I now have it. But it will work with this. There we go. I do like this color. I really do. It is a neat looking color. Not this one, sorry. The Gundam base color. I wish it had a picture, which I could have here as an example. But I do like this color. I really do. And it's a shame that the decals is not water slide. They're stickers, and I don't want to use stickers. But we're gonna see what we can do. Maybe I have, and it has bluish decals. I wonder if I have blue decals, because that way it'd be nice and bluey all the way. And oh, let us not forget we have blue eyes, which I don't know if it requires clear blue, or maybe like a painted metallic and then painted clear blue. Okay, these are the colors. This is the kit I'm going to be building. I'm in the mood to build a Gundam. Originally I was going to build a very, very large one, but I think I'll start with a small one. So with that being said, let's stop talking and let's begin building real grade RX-78-2 Gundam version 2.0 Gundam base colors. So, I have not heard not one announcement of a real grade. This past Joker show that we just watched this past few weeks now. I'm beginning to wonder if Bandai is going to be changing their priorities a bit. Can't tell what they're going to do. I know that I saw something online of them reissuing some real grade kits, but that was at the same time that they were talking about reissuing some RE kits. And I get it. I mean, we haven't seen any RE kits, any new RE kits in a long time, other than the P-bandai kit that's coming out from the F91 movie. And that is a given. I can understand that. That's fine. But no real grade. Why? I have a theory, though, that maybe Bandai is going to... They'll tease what's coming out in Shinjuoku, because they always show it a month prior or two of what kits are going to be coming out, and then when the Tokyo Hobby Show kicks in a few months, usually somewhere around September, October, then there's going to be the big reveal that everybody's been waiting for. Alright, I gotta look at this in the light. This is the inner frame part, so I'll put that there. This is the white part. Yeah, so that goes with that and that. As a matter of fact, I can do this. Take this off, and then take that off to put it with this. This is the blue. Put that there. This is actually, and looking in the light, it looks very brownish. Can't say if it's similar to this color. Let's see. It's almost similar. So I'm actually going to put it right there. I believe this is the other off-white color. So this is the entire gray color, or the darker, you know what I mean. In reality, this is white as well. I gotta look at that manual again. Here's the blue. And that's that. So we have body white, which is the arm. Light gray parts. Then we have the regular gray parts, which is the inner frame. Dark gray parts and other darker parts. Oh, okay, so that's not two different types of... You know what? I didn't realize that. So we don't need the third color. The third color white. Alright, we'll figure this out. This is, you know, I guess I didn't register it on the last video. But let me just begin taking all these parts and put them on the trays so I can then classify them and then clean them up. Give me a moment here.